So let's go in that locker room. And obviously your best friend being Matthew Stafford. What's his mentality like? Have you spoken to him since the game?
Yeah, I texted him after the game. Listen, Matthew Stafford's a legend. As I say, I always call him John Wayne because that's who he is. He's one of the toughest, baddest dudes on the planet. He's that guy when you're sitting in the huddle with him as a lineman, you're not complaining about anything because that dude can get hit. He can have anything happen. He's never going to complain. He's never going to say a word. He's just going to go back there and make the next play it takes to move the football down the field and have success. Nobody's going to spend more time in the building than him. He's the first one there every day. So he's just the guy those guys all rally around and look up to. It's like protecting their big brother. And so you can tell that it means something to him. You've seen the last few weeks, his kind of talks to that group out on the field, that there's a mentality of we got something to prove and this is my football team and they're following him. So that's why I feel pretty good about their chances right now of getting it going.
I think if you're an opposition team, you're looking at a guy like that with the experience that he has, the pair of receivers, and more than anything else, a coach who just, I'll say it, just doesn't give a fuck, and he's just going to put it out there to win these games.
Yep.
And that would seem to me to be the most dangerous combination. As somebody who knows this only so well, as we see by the trophy over your left shoulder, what do you believe is happening right now? How are they capturing this and putting this forward? Because I just want to know, I love with a player like you to pull the curtain back and take us inside that locker room.
Yeah, I think anytime any football team in general, especially one, in my opinion, and Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford on their team that really has been through some adversity. They've been through these situations where we can say what we want every week in the league. Your health and the guys you have available to you matter, whether you win football games or not. And you can be as determined as you want. You can have as good a system as you feel like you want to. If you don't have the guys that you expect to play in that system, you're not very successful. I mean, San Francisco's finding that out right now. We've seen that with other teams in years. If you don't have the guys you intend to play with, it's hard to be successful in this league. And they've overcome that. And that's why they're so dangerous right now. Because I look at it like it's a 12-round fight. And in the first 3 rounds, we got caught with some shots and we had to survive. And now as a football team, we're healthy. We got the guys we intended to play with. We have a clear road in front of us of how we can make it to the playoffs. Now we are the ones in the advantage and we're the one throwing the shots. And when you're talking about somebody like Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp, who've been to a Super Bowl, they've made a run like this before, even last year, going 7-1 down the stretch. They are confident and they've also done it before. They've been there. And that means something when you look at playoff football and in the last half of the season, you're going to see the great coaches, the great players stick out, and the teams that have had bad years and have nothing to play for and they have bad cultures, it's going to stick out in the month of December. It's cold, you don't feel good, and you don't feel like being out there, and you've got to have something that makes you go out there and compete, and it's going to stick out who's in it for real this part of the year.
And that's especially where experience as a quarterback matters maybe more than ever. Tell us a Matthew Stafford story that we don't know.
Oh, man, there's plenty of Matthew Stafford stories. He's got some legendary ones. I think when I think of him, of some of his ones in Detroit of overcoming injuries and things. But for me, I think maybe some people don't understand truly sometimes when you're what I would call one of the top quarterbacks in the league. You've made the money he's made. You've probably put in the time that he has. You think that person probably runs a building and everything just serves to them. But it's the exact opposite with Matthew Stafford. This guy wants zero attention. He wants zero things about him. He's going to be there at 5 a.m. every Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. Like, he's going to be one of the first people in the building when you pull up in the parking lot. You're going in for treatment because you're banged up, but Matthew Stafford's there because that's what time he gets to work, and that's what time he starts his film work. This dude lives and breathes his team and being at his best when his best is required. And he's never complained a day in his life about a hit or anything. I mean, the dude sometimes you sit there and you want to apologize to him in the huddle for a play or something that happened, and he doesn't even act like it happened. And that to me is one of those things as a lineman. It's something you rally around because you realize when my quarterback's tough, I have no excuses but to be tough. And I think that's something he inspires his guys to be. And with his toughness level, he's second to nobody.
Check out new episodes of What the Football with Suzy Shuster and Amy Trask every Tuesday. Watch us on the Rich Eisen Show YouTube page or follow and listen wherever you get your podcasts.